Nice to have you back on It's My Biz. And this week's show is all about the pampering and beauty treatment salon called Lab Skin and Body. Heather, Biz Whizzers, you're still with us? Welcome back. We're going to get right down to beautifying this enterprise as I ask our Biz Whizzers to tell us what they think Heather can do to get her business to where she and they think it should be. So, starting with you, Mike, what do you think needs doing?
Lab Skin and Body operates in a highly competitive market. In order to stand out in this market, you're really going to have to differentiate yourself. You're going to find key interactions between the business and Heather. And Heather's going to work on them. She's going to say, this is what must happen when somebody phones in. This is what happens as they walk in the door. This is what happens as they go to the treatment room. And each one of them has to be carefully scripted that set her apart from everybody else, so that by the time the customer leaves, they know they've had this wonderful experience at Lab Skin and Body.
Well, I mean, you collect a lot of customer information, presumably because you want to be able to service each person uniquely and you want them coming back. But, Francis, you reckon she's not using that information at all?
No, there's a lack of documentation. So she collects the correct data, but then doesn't pull it through into information that can help her run the business better.
And that's the information she needs to basically make her business unique and an experience people want to come back for, right?
Absolutely. So another thing I'd like Heather to do is to start collecting more data, more information about her customers that she can use. Anniversaries, birthdays, likes, dislikes, children, anything we can use to talk to them, to market to them. Then we can use different channels like Facebook and Twitter, and a YouTube video channel where if you've had your nails done, there must be a way you need to look after them. So you'll pop onto the Lab Skin and Body, and at Lab Skin and Body channel, you'll see how to look after your nails.
The problem that Heather's got, I think, is a time problem, Heather. Book some me time in your diary so that there's an emergency that crops up, you can deal with it in that hour. You know, there's other things, Andile, like do things that are the same together. So if you're going to pay your accounts, do all the accounts today. Don't do one today, one tomorrow, the next one. And by doing that, you can actually improve your time management. I like what Heather's done, is she's given her two products that she provides, one being the treatment and one being the service. And it's very clear that her service is very profitable compared to the other side of it. So
the treatments make more money. And the money on that's better?
We have sold a lot more products than what we normally have done in the past few years, and unfortunately that does mean a loss in profit.
And a little thing that you can do, Heather, is try and reduce all your expenses by 10%. So go through your expense list, go and see what expenses you can reduce by your telephone, maybe your travel, maybe your business lunches, and you'll be amazed that your profitability doesn't improve, Andile, by 10%. It will actually improve by about 66%. Maybe, Andile, Mark's got an idea on, you know, the specials that he offers. I'd like to hear what Mark's got to say, because I've got a problem with giving discounts, because just as much as a 10% increase in your sales and a 10% decrease in your expenses can improve your business, Mark, 10% discount can hurt your business.
Absolutely. Look, customers are always looking for some kind of discount. They want an offer. So there are offers on a daily basis, these daily deals. You need to be very careful, Heather, if you take them on. You need to understand the costing involved. You need to understand the implication on your store. You need to understand how much downtime you'll have in a studio while someone's doing a special.
We've done calculations with Heather where a 10% discount could actually mean she's got to increase her sales by 43%. So I'm not saying don't give the discounts at all, Mike, but just be aware of what it costs you and what it costs your cash flow. I've done a little bit of homework here for you, and your rental should be between 5 and 10% of your turnover. Now, in your case, it's a little bit high. So maybe when you relook at renewing that lease, have a look at things like where most feet are going to come by your store. Are there stores in the vicinity that will increase the traffic to your store? Is there parking for your customers? How far are your customers prepared to travel, you know, to see you and have their beauty treatments done?
Coming back to you, Mike, what else is important to think about?
Well, the branding. The branding at the shop at the moment, a little bit pale. Unfortunately, it doesn't stand out against the back of the building, so a little bit of work has to be done there. As you walk in, the name needs to be there on the door. I'd like to see more things like a plasma TV with a bit of activity in the window.
Just to make it a bit more dynamic, I suppose.
Showing the treatments, stopping people as they walk past your window. And then another thing I'd like to see is when they come into the shop, no matter what they're there for, they should leave with something branded. A bottle of water, a lip balm.
Let's talk about capacity, because I think time is an important resource and needs to be managed correctly.
Well, if you look at your business, you have to put things into little blocks. See how many staff you have and how many hours those staff members have to sell. Once you looked at that and you filled all those blocks, is the business then viable? Is there free capacity? Can she fit in more clients with the current staff members?
Let's talk about why it's important to sort of think about staff in the first place.
Andile, you know, it's got to be the right staff. And you've got to remunerate them correctly, Heather. My opinion is that your salaries are high and the commissions are low, so you're not creating a hungry staff member. So maybe that's a way to reduce your expenses and incentivize the staff.
Ownership is one way of making sure that people stay. There's a lot of cost involved with changing staff. There's recruitment costs, there's training new staff members. It can knock Heather a lot when she has a high staff turnover.
Let's not confuse things here. This is Generation C, which stands for Generation Connect. They see things completely differently to us. We see the future as next month, next year, 10 years from now. They see the future as Saturday night. If you're going to incentivize them, you have to incentivize them right now. Airtime, lotto tickets, time off, money in their pockets today.
Well, we all know that behind everything we do here on It's My Biz stand the amazing people who make things happen. I'm talking about Nedbank. And now that we've heard from our biz whizzes, it's time to hear some truly fantastic entrepreneurial advice in our Nedbank Biz Tips, the weekly slot where Sibongiseni Ngunze of Nedbank passes on some real biz wisdom.